Watching this anime just reminds me why I love Romance Month. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here with the first anime review for BCG Romance Month. And boy did I pick a good one, because today I am reviewing Snow White with Red Hair Season 1. So Snow White with the red hair follows Shirayuki, which in English does translate to mean Snow White, which helps to make sense of the title. She's a young girl with unusually red hair that gets a lot of people's attention, including the Prince of Tambourine, her country. And after the prince orders her to become his concubine, she escapes her country and bumps into Zen, who just so happens to be the second prince of the neighboring country of Clariness. What are the odds? And after chasing away the Prince of Tambourine, Shirayuki accompanies Zen and his two aides to his country, where she learns to become a more skilled herbalist and forms a adorable romance with Prince Zen. Now initially when I saw the title of this anime, I thought, like probably most people did when they saw it, that this was going to be like an anime version of the Snow White fairy tale, but this time Snow White has red hair. Boy, was I misled. Now granted, the anime does have a few fairy tale aspects in it, like kingdoms and princes and I got nothing else. Oh, but they do make some callbacks to the original Snow White, at least in the English dub that I saw, and only in the first episode. Like one character says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" Not only reciting one of the famous lines in Snow White, but guess who turned out to be the fairest of them all? Wink, wink. It really should not come as a surprise to you. And then nearing the end of the first episode, someone gets a basket of apples, and I'm just like, I know where this is going. Sure enough, a character bites into the apple, turned out to be poison. I'm like, of course, just had to throw in another reference to Snow White. But after that, guys, nothing else in this anime connects to the original Snow White. It's literally its own story. But honestly, I think that works in the anime's favor, as it's no longer bound to follow the original Snow White story. It can tell its own unique story and take its own unique path, which the anime sure does. And let me tell you, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Still a very misleading title though. The animation done by Bones, who I just talked about a week ago, is simple but very welcoming, as most shoujo animes are, with some nice watercolor backgrounds and good character designs. Now the English voice acting done by Funimation is just horrendous. It's terrible, god awful, one of the most atrocious English dubs I have ever heard in my life. I mean, what was Funimation thinking? I'm sorry. I couldn't continue saying that with a straight face, because the English dub in this anime is on freaking point, and Funimation delivers yet again. And you all know my thoughts on Funimation. I'm a huge fan, supporter, fanboy, whatever you want to call it. I love Funimation, and they delivered once more, with the two standout performances coming from our two leads, Brina Palencia as Shirayuki and Josh Grelle as Prince Zen. Brina Palencia did a really good job at conveying the headstrong yet likable personality of Shirayuki through her vocal performance. And Josh Grelle really impressed me in this anime. Like, this is probably some of his best work, because not only was he able to present Prince Zen in a very friendly, playful, and lovable way, but he can also portray him as a very stern, serious, and assertive character through his vocal performance. And I actually took him seriously. I'm like, whoa, he got really stern there, and it's very convincing. And usually he's known to play very comical characters, you know, Akihisa Yoshi and Sadao Mao, and most of them, they're very comical. This one, he was a much more stern, much more serious character, but he also could let loose and have fun. Josh Grelle, you did a really great job. Good job, my friend. You know, after thinking about it, with these two voicing the leads in this anime, and also voicing characters in Baka and Tess, my Akihisa Hideyoshi romance has finally happened! But honestly, the two best things about this anime are the characters and the romance. We'll start with the characters. The characters presented in the anime, from the main to supporting, are great. Many of them having well fleshed out personalities, backstories, and even relationships. Like, Prince Zen has a dynamic relationship with his two aides, Mitsuhide and Kiki, especially with Mitsuhide, who I think he thinks of as a really good and close friend. They even dedicated an entire episode to exploring the backstory of Prince Zen and Mitsuhide's friendship, which was really well done. The drama in that episode was on freaking point. There's also these two guard characters in the anime who don't really make many appearances, but whenever they're on screen, I enjoy seeing them. They're really entertaining. They have some funny banter between them, and one of them actually had a standout scene in one episode that made me go, way to go, man. You the man, dude. You are the man. But once again, the standout characters are, of course, our leads, Shirayuki and Prince Zen. Shirayuki as a character was great. She was strong, determined, thoughtful, always positive, and a really hard worker. I truly appreciate that last one because they could have easily have made this character a Mary Sue, like someone that's just really good at everything and they just give her everything. But no, she actually works very hard to reach her goals, and she's not one for handouts. There's even a scene in the anime where a person says, why don't you just let the prince like give you this job? And the prince scoffs like, if I did that, she would hate me forever. She is not like that. And it truly shows in the anime. She works very hard, and I won't deny she was very enchanting, especially with her luscious red hair. Prince Zen was also a remarkable character as he defied conventions not only in the anime but also as a character, as he wasn't one note, one-dimensional, or even paper-thin as most fairy tale princes who end up to be love interests for the main female character. No, he had a well-defined personality that made him likable and relatable. And in the anime, he defies convention as being a very personable prince who doesn't mind talking to commoners and loves to leave the castle in order to explore his country. In fact, that's one thing that he wants to do. He wants to learn more about his country. Most royals, you know, they stay in their freaking ivory towers with their nose in the air and a spoon up their ass saying, I don't care about the commoners, and I'm doing fine, who cares about them? No, he actually wants to learn more about his people, wants to learn more about how his country works. He's an honorable man, he's very strong, he's assertive, and he's direct. And now we get to the best thing about this anime, which is also my favorite thing about this anime, and that is the romance between Shirayuki and Zen. Oh my goodness. I'm in love with it. Their romance is undeniable, very well handled, and downright adorable. It is without question one of the best fully realized romances I've seen in quite some time. Not only do they have great chemistry, but the way the anime builds their relationship is just perfect. Starting off as friends, getting to know each other and spending time, having some playful banter and dialogue here and there, going on adventures, and then also coupled with some really sweet and tender moments that helped it to blossom into a fully realized romance. Every tender moment they share in this anime made my heart skip a beat. I'm not even joking, guys. I was really touched by this romance. It's so good! And I absolutely loved that the anime does not play around with this relationship. There's no beating around the bush, no tiptoeing around the subject, no 24 episodes of will they, won't they, will they, won't they, oh, they kind of shared that moment, maybe it's gonna happen, no, not yet, okay, will they, won't they, none of that. They are direct about their feelings and they profess their love. I'm like, yes! Yes! But as much as I loved this anime, I did have a couple issues with it. The first issue that I had was that although the anime is very straightforward about its romance, it does play up a possible love triangle in the story, and I feel like it's just totally unnecessary and unwarranted and just put in there to be future tension / unneeded melodrama. I mean, come on, isn't Shirayuki and Zen's romance strong enough to carry this anime? Why do we even need a hint at a possible love triangle dilemma? It honestly reminded me of the anime My Little Monster, where they threw in the possible love triangle even though the two main characters have already professed their love for each other, so there is no possibility that the other girl is going to choose the other guy. I mean, come on, it's clear as day. Don't even hint at it. Unless there's an actual possibility that Shirayuki will pick another guy besides Zen Don't put it in there. Let the romance carry the story. You were doing such a phenomenal job already. Don't tarnish it with a really cheap and cliche love triangle. Some of the anime's side stories and characters were very weak, uninteresting, and overall cliche. Episode 10 in particular, where it's about this village being bullied by an obvious and over-the-top villain who freaking maniacally laughs at every situation. Like, I was watching the scene and I was just waiting for him to be like, maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh. I mean, he makes it so obvious. Like, I'm the villain, I'm the douchebag, I'm asshole, look at me, don't I fucking suck? And lastly, the first half of the anime did get a bit repetitive, with Shirayuki being in some sort of danger, and then she, with the help of Princess N, gets out of it. Now, I understand why they did it, because Shirayuki's red hair is very unique. No one has ever seen it. The anime goes out of its way to make that perfectly clear to you, so it would make sense that she would be in peril, but I just didn't want it to be constantly in peril. Like, now and again, she'd get kidnapped, or now and again, she gets into some sort of trouble, but I mean, episode after episode is just a bit too repetitive. Luckily, that gets rectified in the second half of the anime. Overall, Snow White with the red hair had one major goal to accomplish: tell a really great, interesting, convincing, likable, and passionate romance story. And it did its job in flying colors and then some. And that's why I'm gonna give this anime a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is definitely one hell of an anime, and if you are a fan of romance animes, you need to see it, and I cannot wait to watch the second season. Once it finishes, I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to review it. That is my solemn promise here in the season 1 review. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you love it as much as I did? Or did you find it really boring and you never felt a connection between the two leads? And let me know, who is your favorite redhead, male or female, in anime? Comment below, let me know, and stay tuned this weekend for the final 2 top 10 lists: my top 10 most hated male anime characters and my top 10 favorite male anime characters, and hopefully the gag comic will be done and I'll release it next Monday. And until those videos come, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel, be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!